students, welcome back to our online class. Students, take out your EVS book, page number 42. That is reproduction of plants. So in the last class we have studied about dispersals of seeds, dispersal by wind, water, etc. Is not it? So today we'll study what do seeds need for germination. So take out page number 44 of EVS book. When seeds get enough water, air and warmth, they grow into plants. They do not grow if one of these is missing. Now, what a seed needs to grow into a new plant? It needs water, it needs air, it needs warmth, okay? But if any of this is missing, suppose the water is missing, the seeds cannot germinate into plant. Now, what do you mean by the word germination? Germination means to begin to grow into a new plant. The baby plant in the seed uses for the food stored in the cotyledons to grow. Now, where is the food stored? Food stored in the cotyledons. Okay, as we have studied in the previous class. The growth of a baby plant from a seed is called germination. Now, what is germination? As just now I have told you, the growth of a baby plant from seed. The baby plant is known as a seedling. Now come to crops. Crops are plants that are grown in fields to provide foods and other useful things too. Crops can be of many types. Food crops such as rice, maize or wheat. Fiber crops, they are such as jute or hemp. Oil producing crops such as peanut, mustard and linseed. Now, what do you understand by crops? Crops means the crops which are grown in the fields for us to eat. Now, what are the example of crops? Like wheat, barley, but these are food crops, okay? Now, there are also fiber crops. Now, what are fibers? It is full of fibers like jute. Now, what is jute? Jute is like rope. Rope is made of jute. These are called fiber crops. And hemp. Now, this is the picture of hemp. Now, oil producing crops. Now, what are the oil producing crop? Now, regularly we are using mustard oil. It's not in mustard oil. Then till oil, which is also known as the linseed oil, peanut oil. So, these are oil producing crops. All crops need water, sunshine, air and good soil. However, different crops grow well under different conditions. But the crops grow down. The crops have their own conditions to grow. Some grows in winter, some grows in summer, some grows in monsoon. Okay. Now they need water, sunshine, air, and they also need good soil. That means they need fertile soil to grow. For example, wheat grows well in cold weather. Wheat grows in cold weather, but rice grows well in hot weather. Bajra requires less water and grows well in sandy soil, but rice requires a lot of water and grows well in the clay soil. Now, where rice grows in the clay soil and needs plenty of water like rainfall. But bajra, it requires only less amount of water and grows well in a sandy soil. But a sandy soil which is very much covered with sand. Okay. Tea and coffee grows best in fields where water is not allowed to collect. So tea garden, I think many have seen where it is very much sloping. Why it is very much sloping? Because there can be no accumulation of water. That is why they grow well on the hilly slopes. As I have said hilly slope, that means the water cannot stay in one place. It used to flow down. Like Assam, Darjeeling and Nilgiris. In India, we have two crop seasons during the year. Now, what are those crops? Summer crops and winter crops. Now, let us see. Now, summer crops are also called kharif crops. Rice, millets, maize, jowar, bajra, cotton, jute, hemp and peanuts are examples of crops that grow well in summer. So, these are called kharif crop, which is the summer crops. These crops are grown in summer. Onion, pumpkin, brinjal, lady's finger, spinach, tomato, garlic and gourd are examples of kharif vegetables. So, just now we mentioned about kharif crops, but these are kharif vegetables like lady's finger, pumpkin, garlic, gourd, etc. These are kharif vegetables. And what are the kharif fruits? Kharif fruits, kharif fruits means which are the fruits which are grown in summer. Those are mango, melon, lychee, plum, apricot and peach. Okay. Now come to the winter crops. Now what are the winter crops? Winter crops is also known as the rabi crops. Wheat, barley, gram and mustard are examples of crops that grow well in winter. So these are the crops that grow well in winter. Then regarding what are the rabi vegetables, that means what are the vegetables do we get in winter? We know it's not in home use. Yes, these vegetables like radish. It's not a radish, cauliflower we get in winter season, like turnip, peas, beans. These are rabi vegetables. Now what are rabi fruits? Apple, banana, pomegranate and berries. Okay, these are rabi fruits which is grown in winter season. Now to grow good crops. Now how to grow good crops? Farmers work hard to grow healthy crops and get food yields from their farms. They have to ensure that each step of farming is carefully carried out. Now who is providing us with food? Obviously the farmers is not it. If had been there no farmers, then we would starve to death, because who will be producing? We can buy only when it is produced. If we have money also, if there is no producer, then it will be difficult for us to survive. So it is only the farmers who is giving us food actually. Now the farmers have also to look it is carefully grown. The soil should be suited to kind of crop grown and should be well prepared for planting by ploughing. Now what is ploughing? Ploughing is done by tractor or by cows. So it has to be properly ploughed so that the soil becomes smooth and plant, and it can the crops can grow well. Manures and fertilizers should be added to the soil to make it fertile. To add fertileness of the soil, it has to be manured. Manured means and fertilizers has to be used like gobers and cow dung. That is, the cow dung has to be used and proper fertilizers has to be provided. Good quality seeds to be sown. Now what disperse? Now we have studied dispersal of seed. Now this is the human dispersal. Now who will sow the seed? The farmer. But the good variety of seed, okay, not the cheap one. It has to be good so that it can grow into a beautiful, nice and healthy plant. Crops should be irrigated at the right time. The irrigation should be also done at the proper time. Crops should be protected against diseases, insects, birds and small animals. The crop should also be protected from birds to be eaten and insects to be eaten. Okay, insecticide, pesticides should be, and for that insecticides and pesticides should be sprayed in the plants to get rid of those pests before eating our plants. Okay, like grasshoppers, locusts and plant lice that damage crops. So these are the insects which destroys our crops, and for that we have to use pesticides to kill these pests. Herbivores such as cows and buffaloes should not be allowed to enter the fields. Fields should be properly fenced. If we do not give any fencing, then the cows and buffaloes, which are grass grazing animals, which are grazing animals, they will eat all our crops, and for that proper fencing has to be given to stop the animals to eat the grasses. Unwanted plants compete with the crops for nutrients and thus should be removed. Now unwanted plant, that means the plants which are not eaten by humans. Okay, these plants has to be removed from the fields. Why? Because these plants used to suck the nutrients what the crops are getting, and for that we have to remove these unwanted plants. The harvested crop should be protected from moisture, pests and small animals and such as rats and squirrels. They should be stored in a dry place or in a airtight containers. Moistures can spoil the harvested crops by allowing the growth of fungi and bacteria. Now see, suppose the rice which are stored in granaries, is not it now? These has to be stored in airtight. Why? Because it may also cause fungus, and the squirrels, the rats, they might attack, and for that, and it will rot out. It's not it. And for we have to put in airtight conditions so that it is free from bacteria, fungi, rats and squirrels. Okay, so this is all about the chapter. So we have come to the end of the chapter. Okay, so students, read the chapter thoroughly. Till then, thank you.